You're welcome to the stream. How's your day? How's your day going so far? Hold on, let me see. Okay. That's that tells me everything I need to know about your day. All right. There we go. Doing good. Noise. Alrighty. Right, there's no music right now. Hello, what's up? Welcome to the stream. How's your day going? I'm trying to learn more fluid poses instead of my standing ones. Well, good luck to you. Yeah, that is a pretty big challenge at first. Kind of still is, to be honest. I'm also trying to learn how to draw military gear. Yes, I love military gear. It's my favorite looking type of gear. I'm quite sure. I'm quite sure. Looks really cool. Where's everyone? Who knows? You want your Pookie Bear Saul? Yes, Saul is somewhere. Don't know though. Don't know where. Saul was here yesterday. Hello, Pixel. Welcome to the stream. We are early. You know, you are, yes. Quite early indeed. how's your day? I think I asked that already. I was gonna say, how's your day going, Pixel? But yeah, I think I did ask that. Hello, Rap Dog. Welcome to the stream. How's your day going, Rap Dog? Hopefully it's going well. I either leave YouTube to draw, or I stay here and wait patiently like a good boy for my deity, Saul. I see. Oh, day's fine. Just sat to draw, but I've got no idea what to draw. He'll figure it out, I'm sure. To be fair, I never have any idea what to draw. That's why I have references. Oh, is this new music? Yeah, something like that. It's me trying to remember how to play Turkish March. If you know what that song is. Hello, Sephiroth. Welcome to the stream. Yo. Look who's there. It's you. It's doing good. I feel a bit of improvements. I was trying to trace over reference and trying to understand overlapping. Oh, I see. Hope it's good. How about some lo-fi music after these songs? No. You know, actually, I don't even really like lo-fi. How are you? I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm doing good. I am doing fine, yes. Just drawing. I was gonna say it sounds familiar. Yes. There's bits and pieces of me. There's bits and pieces of Turkish March. I think there's bits and pieces of Fur Elise. Or I don't know how to say it. I think it's Fur Elise. Or Fur Elise? I don't know. And then bits and pieces of me just like improvising. Has made me realize that I am still that I'm not still very rusty, that I am very rusty. I am in fact rusty at piano. I'm forgetful a little. I'm a forgetful little beast. So when people ask how my day was, has been, I often forget to ask how theirs are in return. I'm not much of a social person. I'd be like that sometimes. Yeah, the reason I actually wanted to do this song is because, well, first of all, I realized, yeah, I didn't actually know how to play, or no, I just forgot most of the parts of. Is that it? Yeah, no, I had an idea. I wanted to have a song where like it's like it's like the song gradually remembers like how to play itself, if that makes sense. But then while trying to do that, I realized, oh wait, I actually don't really know how to play it. Well, or actually, I'm just kind of rusty, so I kind of decided to just break the song up into, or not really the song entirely. I just did like the first part of Turkish March, and then I don't know. It was a fun like I guess practice, fun warm up. I'm doing pixel art on W Plays. I see. You missed Penelope? That was a pen, I'm sure. Yes, grief is something that you can never escape, even when it comes to pens, I guess. She was the juiciest pen. Oh. Then it must have been a devastating loss. I like it. I love the sound of piano playing. I have a friend who can play and sing. Though she stopped, she wants to pick it up again. I might drop one of her songs in the music channel. Oh, nice. Yeah, thank you. What was I gonna say? I don't know. Yeah, I love piano. I think piano is my favorite instrument, other than guitar. Yeah, but I like piano over guitar. But maybe I'm just biased since I played piano for a while. I'm learning guitar. Nice. I tried learning guitar, or at least I guess I'm technically still trying. I just haven't made time for myself to learn guitar. Yeah, I love the sound of guitar though. I find it very impressive. When I was a kid, my dad would let me use his electric guitar. I see. Hello, Saul. Welcome to the stream. You've been summoned? Look what's up. Your wish has been granted. When I started, my father hated it because I always played Smoke on the water, just to riff for hours. Oh, just the riff for hours. But riffs sound good though. Finally drawing woman. Actually, I've done it. You've done it. Oh, good job. You've done what you once thought was impossible. Is it a fucking crocodile? It is, in fact, a crocodile. Actually, it is, in fact, a fucking crocodile. Whale when? Or just a stingray? Huh? But I've drawn a whale already. You saw it. Or maybe you didn't see it, actually. I did it on stream, I'm quite sure. Unless I didn't do it on stream. I'm pretty sure I drew a whale on stream, though. It was the one with teeth. Bro's art is fantastic. Hello, not in this world. Welcome to the stream. Thank you. You've not seen it? Huh. Let's see if I can find it. Ah, there he is. Look, it's a whale. Whale. It was on this page with like the girl with an axe and stuff. We have a whale. Alright, hold on. Did I really not draw this on stream? I'm pretty sure. Oh wait, now you remember? Oh, okay, I see. Whale with teeth, I want it. I should take my leave, for I've been summoned somewhere else. May everyone's day and night be pleasant. All right, nice. Have a good day then. Have fun. All right. What am I doing? Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay, there you go. By the way, I was supposed to turn that off. Can I do that? Thank you, please. Could you? Yeah, because why are you open in the first place? All right, I have done a crocodile. Honestly, this was fun. The crocodile thing was fun. What was the difference between a crocodile and an alligator? Crocodiles have like longer snout things, and they have their nostrils on the top of their mouth. Oh, like on the top of their snout, I guess. Whereas crocodiles are on the side. I mean, whereas alligators are on the side, or what's the difference? Never smile at a crocodile. In a while. See you later, alligator. In a wild crocodile. Crocodile in denial. Is that a Russian alligator? I don't think so. This was supposed to be like a fez or something. You know, like the thing that wait, who what wears a fez? It's like a bell, like a guy, you know, like the people who are at like hotels that like get your bags, I guess. I was like aiming for that type of hat. You're actually 0.1% Russian? That's like almost entirely not Russian. Could vodka and will 100% be Russian? Honestly, I can probably see it. How does vodka look? It looks like water, right? No, seriously, I don't know how vodka looks. I'm half Native American. I see. Hello, Cappuccino. Welcome to the stream. Cappuccino, you keep asking me to draw a motorcycle, but I drew a motorcycle. I drew one. What do you want? What more do you want from me? Finding job sucks. I thought you already had a job. What happened to the one that you had? I want a better one, but okay, fair enough. Guess it'd be like that. Yeah, I can imagine finding a job sucks. After all, it's something that's dependent completely on another person, or at least mostly on another person. I hate depending on another person. I hope I will never have to do that. Although, maybe that hope is in vain. Yes, do you want to draw horses? Nah. I'd rather draw a whale. I like crocodiles. I feel like crocodiles. I don't know. Why do I not want to draw horses? Probably a good question. Why don't I want to draw a horse? I don't know. I don't think horses interest me. I think reptiles are cool. Like a snake, a crocodile, Komodo dragon. I'm not drawing a Komodo dragon. But when it comes to like, yeah, probably when it comes to like, no, that's not true. I don't know. Maybe it's just horses. Maybe I'm biased against horses. Maybe I was traumatized by Uma Musume. Draw horse crocodile hybrid. Where's the motorcycle? The motorcycle is, well, it's not exactly, it may not be an exactly accurate motorcycle. It may not be a true motorcycle, or like a real one, but it's certainly a motorcycle right there. Kind of looks like the one from maybe Akira, the movie. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the animated one, right? What is it like? Does Akira like? Is that the thing where like the guy has? Oh, I can't draw on this. Oh, I can draw on this page, but this page is basically already finished. Anyways, yeah, this is it right there. Draw gold ship. That counts as a horse. I will not draw gold ship. I've seen enough gold ship. I'm tired of gold ship. Motorcycle. You should draw more animals instead of your OC. Nah. What for? Why would I draw more animals instead of my OC? Is there any purpose? There might be purpose. Perhaps there's purpose. But. I don't know. Have more animal OCs? I don't have any animal OCs. I don't think that would actually fit in the story. You never drew my Mikasa violently chugging a carton of milk? Did I even agree to that? I don't think I did. I don't even remember you saying that. I don't even remember anyone saying that. In fact, I'm inclined to believe that you made that up. Egyptian gods are all animals, Dennis. Surely they fit. Mm, perhaps. Maybe not. There is no Egypt in my world. In fact, it's not even Earth. Although I do see what you're saying, that, like, yes, gods can be like animals and stuff. Hmm. But, like, to be fair, there is a god that is an animal, kind of. It's more like a giant owl thing, though. It's more of a giant owl that's like... It's a giant owl with a forest on top of it and a city on top of it, and also turning into a skeleton. It's the god of life. But in any case, I don't think most animals interest me enough for me to like even care about drawing them, though. That's the thing. In the end, perhaps it's just a lack of discipline, a lack of the want to do something that I have no interest in. I would probably agree with that conclusion. Dennis, draw the channel's mascot? Who, Pathos? I don't know. If there was ever the child's mascot, it would either be, well, I guess it'd be either the girl on the front, like on the profile picture. It's either that, it's either, or the god of singularity. I think those two I could see being some sort of mascot. I think the god of singularity would probably make more sense now, wouldn't she? Please, I'll get on my knees for that drawing, but I don't want you on your knees. I don't value your knees. Why would I want your knees? But my ankles? Is that a giant nose? It is, in fact, a giant nose. It's a massive schnoz. Schnoz. Isn't that interesting? That's an interesting word. Ah, I see. It'd be something like this, actually. What genre is this music? Hotel lobby simulator? Basically, yes. So I may have put a thought in my head. What is this thought that was in your head? That is in your head. I want to try hands at making Hollow Knight OC. Oh, nice. Good luck. Hollow Knight has a pretty cool aesthetic, I guess, slash Silk Song. But I guess Silk Song is Hollow Knight. Even though, like, it has nothing to do with the Hollow Knight. Or, you know, not, like, directly. I thought it was just called, like... I thought it would just be called Silk Song, like, as in a different, like, name. But it's Hollow Knight, or, like, Silk Song Hollow Knight. I found that interesting. I'll never draw more animals. Why would I draw more animals, I say, as I draw more animals? Seems like you're quite the contradictory person. consistent? When have I ever been consistent in anything? I think you have a lot of understanding of knees. Probably not, no. I don't think I have a lot of understanding of many things. In fact, probably most things I don't have a good understanding of. I'd probably say. Hornet, for some people, became horniet. Indeed. They love Hornet. They adore her. In many different ways. In every different way. In every single way. In every way that there is to love, they love Hornet. How would I draw that, huh? I don't know. Hornet, like a beetle? No, Hornet from Silk Song. R34 and Joy Spotted? Huh? You know, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think R34 is like a pretty, I don't know, I just don't think it's a good website. Maybe that's just me. But like, it's just not organized. It's not an organized thing. To be fair, I say that as if like Twitter but like Pinterest for sure is like way better than, okay, to be fair, I guess you can't find some drawings. Okay, to be fair, okay, that's a little bit of a stupid thing. Of course, you can't find anything really that like important if you're trying to look for anatomy on like Rule 30. I mean, on Pinterest, I guess. No, that's not true. Pinterest serves a pretty good thing. Is a mist mix between a beetle and a god? I don't know. Yeah, what type of bug would she be? I think she's supposed to be some sort of spider. I'm quite sure she's supposed to be some sort of spider god thing. God spider thing, yeah. I got so excited when we learned that we can now filter AI stuff out of Pinterest. For the most part, yeah. It's not perfect though. No type of filter is ever that perfect. Hello, For Faith. Welcome to the stream. Dennis, do you get a lot of NSFW references on Pinterest? No. No, actually, no. But maybe suggestive is probably the better term. Is that a bear? Is that a bear with a bear trap for a head? That's actually pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'll give him that. Honestly, you know what I've realized? The reason why my drawings seem a lot more varied, or at least a lot less like suggestive, at least nowadays, like right now, recently, like the reason why there's been so many different other things is simply because I have different references now. Because I'm using Pinterest a little bit more than I have been before. The references, have shifted along with that. I've realized that's what it is. Why get NSFW reference from Pinterest when you can get them from I think there's only one website that could possibly be. Yeah, pretty sure. But like, to be honest, I mean, I'm talking more so about like art references though, not like actual real people references. Although yeah, I'm pretty sure that would be quite the good source of references. Okay, sorry. I was checking something. All right. I'll be right back. I have to help put in some groceries. In the way. Are you in the way? Get out the way. I have returned. What's that crown thing mean? Yeah, that's just, I think that's just the leaderboard for, yeah, you get points for writing it. Yeah, exactly. Alrighty. Time to get back to drawing. I actually don't know what I was supposed to be drawing. What am I going to be drawing? Oh, okay, that's a interesting drawing, that's for sure. I think my drawing speed has increased, that's for sure. Yeah, I think so. I've had less of a focus on precision, I guess. and more of a focus on fluidity and stuff like that. And honestly, I think it's been working out pretty good, pretty cool. Hello, Shiraz. Welcome to the stream. Can't stick around for long. Alrighty. Okay, bring that in. I've just finished my draw on W Place. I'm happy. Oh, nice. I've never tried out W Place before. Honestly, I probably will never, or at least no time soon. But yeah, I've seen some cool stuff on it. It looks quite cool. If you'll ever try, don't go to Honolulu. To Honolulu? That's not Hawaii, right? That's a different place. What's there? On W Place? Ah, I see. But what's there though? Hey, just a question. What would be the best area to hide human organs? Because I have a limited amount of freezers for that. Eat them. Hypothetically. Extra I don't know what people have. What do people have? I don't know. Extra protein. Extra nutrients. Gotta get your diet up. So like, I don't know. I'm just trying to store them. Ah, I see. I see. Bury them in the ground. A guy in Russia canned and sold them. If you want to get pocket money, you can do that. What? Who wants canned organs? Palms taste great? Huh? Who the heck is out here eating palms? It's a palm. I've never looked at a palm and be like, yeah, that looks tasty. Hello, Schloss. Welcome to the stream. Good morning. Good morning to you. It's already midnight here, but good morning. Hello, Bochi-chan. Welcome to the stream. How's it going for you? How's your day? I see you're new here. Must be quite the interesting first arrival. Talking about eating palms. No, but seriously, who eats palms? Like, really? That can't... I don't even... Whatever. It's a palm. You know, I see a pink-haired anime girl on a profile picture, and the profile, like, then the name is Bochi-chan, so I kind of automatically assumed Bochi, but I guess it could not have been Bochi the Rock. Not that I've watched Bochi the Rock, though. Is there a palm fruit that it... Oh, there is a palm fruit that is eaten a lot. It's called chontaduro? Chontaduro. Okay, yeah. Chontaduro. I don't know how to describe it. Describe its taste, but it's fatty. I see. Kind of like a avocado then, maybe? Something like that. I didn't expect someone would greet me like this. Also, nice to meet you. And to all the peeps here. Oh, you mean like, hello, welcome to the stream? Is that what you're talking about? People deserve a greeting, at least when it's like, you know, reasonable. See a pencil in the corner. Can I ask where it's from? I've legit become a pencil collector at this point. My collection needs to be fed. This is a Graph Gear 500 from Pentel. It's a 0.5 mechanical pencil. Dennis, how you got good at drawing legs? Did you do isolated studies on it? I don't think I've ever done true isolated studies on leg, or maybe I have. So like I would assume, like, if I were to probably guess how I did it, because I can't really remember, I'd assume like I just studied the general like shape of like how they are supposed to bend. You know, I said this before, but like, you know, the inner thigh goes like, it curves towards the knee, and let's see the ankle, the shin curves outwards. So they follow like this general shape where it's like in and then out. On the outside of the thigh goes in and then in again. Of course, this is kind of an exaggerated leg, but like, yeah. Yeah, I kind of just did, I probably did do isolated studies, I would assume. Just found it on Amazon. Noise. Yeah. I love collecting mechanical pencils so much. They are cool. I've only had like a couple. I've had like a pretty, I have a bunch. I have like maybe 3 mechanical pencils. This is my newest one. The other one was, I'm just worse to hold. Although I don't like this mechanical pencil, not too much, because this metal part is, well, it's metal, right? So, for whatever reason, because like it doesn't happen with all metals, but for that metal specifically, it gives off, well, it like makes your fingers smell metallic, which I don't like exactly like. Sorry for asking the same question. Have you asked that question before? If you have, I don't remember. I used to keep pens and stuff in my favorite cargo pants pocket, but when I put it in the washer, I forgot to take them out, so now I have... Oh, so now you're negative. You're down 1 pair of pads. Yeah. Now you're in the... well, not in the negative. I love cargo pants for just for like the, I guess, utility of them. Cargo pants are great. Anyways, may I ask, why do you do sketches with a pen instead of a pencil? Yeah, just, I guess, to explain it simply, it forces me to work with my mistakes, basically. So it improves my ability to improvise. It improves my my line confidence too, because I only have 1 chance at the line. I think more about it, and I can make like smoother and more intentional lines, rather than the habit like with pencil where you're like just like chicken scratching. Yeah, and it, you know, it forces you to work without erasing. That's it's a pretty good skill. I feel like it is, at least. I think it's just improved my art overall. Of course, you can still get the same, and also another big thing, pen doesn't smudge, and I hate smudging. I just don't like I don't like my hands to be dirty. Well, no, it's actually not even my hands. When I do a drawing, I want it to like last for as long as possible. So like when I do a pen, I can like do this. Like this doesn't like mess up the drawing. Whereas if I did it with pencil, it would have like smudged all over the place, which I actually just hate. So it's like, I think it's mainly that. If pencil didn't smudge, I think I'm way more accurate, and I could do way more like cooler shading with pencil and stuff like that. But, you know, pencil smudges, so I don't use it. It's just annoying to me. I like stylographic pen. They're hard to use, but I like the stroke. I've never heard of that. What type of pen? I guess I don't even know if that makes sense, but yeah, exactly. That's the thing in my mind. I hate smudging. I want my drawings to like stay, or at least be like mostly. I want them to be more permanent than I want them to be as permanent as they possibly can. So yeah, I just lost my sixth favorite pencil in the couch. It's gone forever. Quickly, take apart the couch. Search for it. You cannot lose your pencil. An artist without a pencil is like a bird without its wings. You're grounded and you can never be free again. You must find it so you can be free and fly. Or whatever, I don't know. Being poetic is hard. Couch, the devourer of goods, indeed. Oh, you found it? Nice. I watch Kim Jong-gi sometimes and some other artists, and they say the same thing about like line confidence. Yeah, it feels like it. Yeah, I think it has actually improved my lines. I only started using pen last year, November. I'm quite sure it was. I think it was last year, November. It wasn't last. Yeah, it was. Yeah, yeah. And it has helped me immensely. Also, I like the shape. I like the look of pen. I think pen has a really cool look. I think pencil can look really cool too, but maybe it's just like a preference or something. I feel like pen kind of feels graphical, or like, yeah, like graphic, like as if it were not exactly like a digital art, or maybe, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but for whatever reason, my brain it's like kind of has a graphic look. So yeah, I don't know. Not like graphic as in like bloody or something. You know what I'm saying, I think. Hello, Yugo. Welcome to the stream. An artist without a pencil is like a bird without its wings. You're forced to touch a grass. Nah, I'll just stay inside my room. It's okay. I'll be bored without my pencil. Touching grass? What's that? No, I'm joking, actually. Honestly, maybe this winter, I think I'm gonna go out a lot more, because I like to go out a lot in winter, and it's getting pretty cold. Because I just don't like to sweat, really. That's the problem. Plus, I can't just be a stationary artist who's just like here forever, never like doing any exercise. To be fair, I did do some exercise yesterday, but I need to do more exercise. So I'll get an actual schedule, maybe. Okay, that's probably not true, but I'll try and work out more. That's for sure. Yeah, how are you doing, Yuga? Indeed, I'm a certified enjoyer of pen and pencil when it comes to sketches. Nice. Hello, Kaz. Welcome to the stream. How's your day going? Kim Jong-gi said that one should use pencil. I haven't watched that much interviews of him, but I guess he also talked a lot about line confidence. Are you talking about that one should use pen or pencil? But I don't know. To be fair, I get like pen and pencil mixed up a lot, at least in my words. I know what I'm trying to talk about, but yeah, when it comes to me actually saying what I'm trying to talk about, I tend to fail miserably. He said pencil because you shouldn't draw with fear. Ah, I see. Yeah, but like the reason why I'm using pen is because I don't want to draw with fear. Right? When you're drawing with pen, your drawings become a lot less precious to you. And when your drawings aren't precious, you're okay to just mess up. Yeah, I guess it just works. It's depending on the person, right? But for me, I needed pen to like get over my obsession with like making things perfect. When you're trying to make something perfect, you kind of hesitate. So when you have pen and when you have pen, you know you're gonna make a mistake. It's not even like, oh, I can do everything perfect. No, you're gonna like not be able to do your lines properly. And that like knowledge that you're not gonna be able to do them properly kind of lets you be more free. Or at least that's how it works for me though. I'm feeling supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Nice. Okay, so the bleeding filled the back. What? Oh, you're talking about that thing. I want to draw with fear, so I entered a time saw trap every time I do a gesture drawing. Fair enough. May I ask, like, do you all draw every day? When it comes to me, I draw every day. I draw every day. I draw all day, every day, basically, for hours on end. The time that I spend drawing on the book is I mean, the time that I spent drawing on stream is not like even, it's not like the amount of time that I spend drawing every day. I draw off stream, on stream. I draw digital art too. I'm actually mostly a digital artist. I wouldn't consider myself a real traditional artist, whatever that means. I have broke my streak, so no. Oh, blood kind of works good for ink if you have a fountain pen. And how do you properly study? I don't do proper studies, but I don't think you need to do proper studies to improve. I do I guess I do what I'd call like pseudo studies. Is like I'm using a reference. Every drawing I do use a reference, but I only try and learn one thing from the reference. I don't try and copy the entire reference because I feel like it's not the most like efficient use of your time. And plus, I think you get a lot more enjoyment if you don't have the pressure of like trying to copy a thing like 100%, all of it. So like for instance, there's this drawing right over here. Like we have this drawing right here where I'm just trying to I'm copying the shape language. That's kind of what I'm studying. So right here, I'm more so practicing, shape language and such. And like for another drawing, I might just try and copy the pose. For another drawing, I might copy like the way that they draw the armor, right? I'm not actually I'm just taking like one aspect of the reference to like study. I'm not taking all aspects. I'm not taking like the values. I'm not taking the colors, the composition, only one. So like I'll pick either like the colors, the composition, the line quality, the line work in general, the pose, the gesture, that type of thing, or the composition or the construction of the body. I'll take like individual parts, but I won't actually try and copy an entire thing. Because that way I feel like I can just like let loose and I can do more drawings if I'm not focusing so much on doing one drawing. I feel like, I mean, that's what helped me improve quickly, at least more quickly than I used to. More like learn, I think you focus on one specific thing, on the reference, yes. Yeah, but I think that's a pretty good way to do it too, yeah. That's basically how I do it. Rap Dog, you are correct. At least you're correct for me, right? I guess it works differently for other people. But I think, in general, there's no like correct way to study. That's the thing. Like, you study, basically studying is just trying to learn. Like when you're studying an artist, you just try and learn something from them, right? So as long as you know that you're learning something, like that's your correct way to study. Basically everything else in art, the way that you study is like a subjective thing that is like tailored to you. So everyone has their own specific way that they could study. In general, like probably like for like certain types of people, there are certain ways of study that'll work better. I'm pretty sure that that's true, but like, there's no like one correct way to study. As long as you're learning, then that's good enough. As long as you're better than you were like after the study than you were like before the study, or as long as you're better like than yesterday, I think you're good. Then if you learn something, but if you learn something, but it is too little, is that good enough? Do you draw with reference always or not? Basically, yeah. If I can help it, I'll always draw with reference. I don't think, as long as you learn a little bit, as long as you're better than your past self, then you've succeeded. I don't think there's such thing as too little improvement. As long as there's any improvement at all, I think that's good enough. Is that crocodile drinking wine? It's drinking vodka. Because, I don't know, it's Russian? Someone said that if I gave it that, it'll be like Russian. Do you use the line of action website ever? I have not. Like, okay, so like here's the thing. I think I'm very inefficient when it comes to be fair, I think I am also pretty inefficient. I think I could be learning way faster if I were to like seriously try and do studies, like use websites like Line of Action and like other things like that. I don't do that. I kind of just do what's fun to me, because art for me is just about having fun. But if you want to improve quickly, then yeah, you should like do stuff like that. But yeah, I don't do that. Not me personally. Russian crocodile, the most manliest thing I've seen. I want to be as good as Yusuke Murata, but maybe I'm just delusional. Bro, that's literally like my goal. I want to be like Yusuke Murata. Or like, Yusuke Murata. 58 MW, that's also like one of my inspirations. But yeah, when I was younger, I was mainly inspired by Yusuke Murata. I mean, like his art is amazing. his like understanding of anatomy and stuff. Yeah. In fact, I literally was just studying him. I was studying Yusuke Murata a couple days ago. Let me see if I can find it. I guess I was like studying a bunch of Tatsumaki poses. Yeah, Tatsumaki poses more to be more specific, but like it was still, Yusuke Murata. I thought I'm the only one who got inspired. Yeah, I was literally doing a bunch of Tatsumaki poses a couple days ago. I liked how it turned out, mostly. I think, where was it? There was a drawing somewhere that like I really liked. But yeah, I always watch his live drawing, and really he has live drawings? I didn't actually, I'll have to look into those. That might actually, I find it way more helpful when there's like a live artist that I can actually see, well, what they're doing. I think the best drawing, or like the best drawing when it comes to like his style and faces, specifically for Tatsumaki, was this drawing right here. This drawing was, yeah, the thing I felt like I did the best on. And then he gets back to where I was. It's this, right? Thank you for making Russian crocodilian. No problem. Does the croc also have a bucket on its head? It's supposed to be a fez. But it does kind of look like a bucket, yeah. Oop, computer's about to die and I don't have a charger with me? Okay, goodbye. Goodbye, that garlic bread. Dennis, will you ever study Tatsuki Fujimoto? I did kind of study him at one point. Yeah, I have studied him. I probably will again. I think I have, better skills than I did before. I have studied him. He has such an interesting style. It's, yeah. I think I was studying Fire Punch, kind of. Fire Punch and some of, I think it was Goodbye Eri? Goodbye Eri, I studied that too. Vaguely, not like any real studies, of course. I never do real studies, but I did like try to see if I can do some cool drawings from using that reference. Okay, I'm pretty much done with this page. It's kind of too full now. I'm gonna move on to a different page. This was the first drawing, the second drawing, the third drawing, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Okay. Oh no, well I missed this one. I think this one was after this drawing. No, wait, was it this drawing, then this drawing, then that drawing, then that? Yeah, I think it was that. Yeah, whatever. Close enough. All right, today is the 13th. Cool nose, can I have it? Sure. Hello, Haru. Welcome to the stream. How's your day going? Hello, Soul. Welcome to the stream. Stop! I've seen your art and it's so freaking cute. I love it so much. You talking to me? My art's cute. Well, thank you. If you are talking to me. If you're not, then oh, your art reminds me of my friend's art. Well, thank you very much. I'm talking to you? I see. I'm not getting another sketchbook. I gave up. This country just hates me. Huh? Because you can't find it? Do you not have any, like, loose paper either? Before I got any sketchbooks, I was just drawing on loose paper. To you, Dennis? Huh. Sometimes I only just draw with a bond paper. Sometimes. What's that? The machine that cut the paper, the machine that cut the paper equal just broke, so I can't take a whole A4 paper to university. So it was my only option to keep drawing instead of drawing once a week, if not a month. Well, I don't really have a solution, unfortunately. Yeah, that sketch looks so clean. Thank you. Chat, remember Dennis backwards is sinned? I usually draw on everything. I do actually. I do like draw on everything. I used to draw in my notebook for school. Oh, that's why he's called Dennis? Huh? Are you saying that I've sinned? I've never sinned. I'm a perfectly pious person. I've never done anything that's not virtuous. In fact, I might be super virtuous. At times, teachers check and it makes you uncomfortable, them looking at a drawing. But in that case, it seems like your only option is to do that, so, I mean, do you care more about being judged or about, like, having fun drawing? I guess in the end, you pick the one that, like, matters more to you. All I can say is good luck. Let's say you're in a third world country, and let's say success is fucking too important to slip from. What would you do? Well, I tried to succeed, but I mean, you kind of answered your own question though. You said if success is too important to let slip, there's no option there. At least not any real option. If success is your only option, they have to try and succeed. Yeah, but how? Well, I don't know. I mean, perhaps, completing school. I don't know. It would be like, yeah, the path to success, the path to that would be, tailored to who you are. But I don't know who you are, so I don't really know the answer. Like, if I were in this situation, then I may have I'd have a better idea of like what I should be doing. But yeah, because I don't really have any information, there's not really anything I could say that would really matter or like really like give anything that's like of value to you. Today's shoulder analysis, I'm happy. For like your doctor, or are you talking about like on like you're studying shoulders? Either way, that's good. Doctor? Oh, nice. Hopefully there's some sort of solution. Last time I had hope in my country, we were pledged into a civil war in 2020. Yikes. Thank you, Dennis, no problem. Hello, Deca. I'm an artist too, I swear. I see. You know, I don't think you have to swear. I mean, I don't have any reason to not believe you. That doesn't necessarily work. Not at all. Do you guys have a Discord server? Yes. If you look in the description of the stream, yeah. In the description of the stream, we have the links to the Discord. It's right there. We now have an Ebola epidemic, according to the Prime Minister a few days ago. So, yeah, I doubt it gets better. It'll probably get better. At the very least, it's better for your health, mental health, to assume it gets better. At the very least, there's no logical reason to think it doesn't get better. At least, there's no logical reason for 100%, to have 100% certainty that it doesn't get better. But to be fair, it's not like, to be fair, if you're very hopeless, then I don't think logic really plays any part into how well you, or how much hope you have for the future, so I guess you can ignore my words, if that doesn't really matter. Pretty soldier girl on the thumbnail? Yes, was a robot girl. She's it was right here. Hello, Zen, welcome to the stream. Okay, goodbye, Soul. Yeah, right here. It was her. This is the first page I did of today. Chat, I'll go to the server. They took all your art skills. Like it's firebending. What does that even mean? Yes, I did a robot. Well, I guess this was from yesterday. This was from today. This was the first drawing from today. This was the second drawing. This was the third drawing. This was the fourth drawing, fifth drawing, sixth drawing, seventh drawing, eighth, and ninth. 2 robot girls in a row, indeed. To be fair, I have the same thinking as Soul. My country won't get better soon. but I don't care. I just accept it. Well, yeah. In the end, to be honest, you can't really control the country. Um, that's not really a thing that you can do. The only thing you can the only thing you mostly have control over is you like yourself. So maybe thinking of way to get out of like that situation, even though that's like way easier said than done. But I mean, that's at least the first step to finding some path forward. But again, I'm just a random artist on the internet. What am I to say? That's how many songs do you have in your playlist for streams? Not that many. I don't have that many songs. Yeah, I don't really know the number. Maybe around 10? Perhaps 10. But I don't use most of them, to be honest. Although, if you were to count if you were to count the tracks that have multiple songs in them, then I probably have more than 10. It'd be closer to like 20, 25 maybe. Where did you find them? Oh, I made them. All the songs that I play are songs that I've made on GarageBand. Yeah, basically. I have one song that I did on like actual piano, but that's like not really much of a whatever. Stop by for a second. And I saw the page. And I was like, how fast does this guy draw? I very much value speed. I try and draw as fast as I possibly can. I can basically do one sketch per 10 minutes. Like every 10 minutes I can in general do like one sketch. Like this is like one sketch. Let me see. Let me find I think, do I do cold dissonance or do I do I could do cold dissonance or I could do fine time. I'll do cold dissonance because I just feel like that holds together more. Bro, for real? Are you asking like if I really do make my... Yeah, I do make my own music. After all, copyright is expensive. And I'm broke. Of course, there are like no copyright sounds, that is true. But, I don't know. I find it more interesting. I guess the real answer is I just like making music. So I might as well use it is what I basically feel. You ever put it out publicly, besides streams? No, not really. I mean, I have some videos on YouTube which are like just songs, but I mean, I don't think YouTube is like the best place to just put songs. So, yeah, I've had like some yeah, YouTube videos that are just the sounds by themselves. What are the thick iron thighs for then? Extra mobility? For the robot girl? I think it was just armor. I'm pretty sure it was just armor. Yeah, it was really just supposed to be armor. You could like underneath this is like actual like the legs, whatever they are. On top the top is just a thick layer of armor. Would you like to post them on Spotify or SoundCloud? When I get better at making music, maybe, yeah. Surprisingly, I treat my music as if it was worth more than my art. After all, I mean, I'm like exposing the art that I consider bad on YouTube. But it's weird how even though I care more about art, I'm treating the music as more special. As if like in the way that I'm not posting the ones that I feel are bad or messy for the music, whereas I post a lot of my messy sketches or ones that I feel are bad. I wonder why that is. Maybe I treat the thing that I care more about with less, well, care, and I treat the thing with less care I treat the thing that I care less about with more care, somehow. Very interesting. Honestly, I care about my art a lot, and I stopped caring about posting to social media, and I feel like it really helped me improve my art, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think that makes sense. When you make art, expecting other people to see it, it almost, for a lot of people, they start making art kind of for the other people, or for like expecting other people to see it. You start attaching your art to other people. When you start attaching your art to other people, it becomes very, maybe unhealthy is probably a good word to say it. If you could do social media without like having an attachment to other people, like, and do art without like, caring about what other people are thinking and stuff, I think that's probably the most that's like a very healthy way to do it. If you can't do that, then it makes sense to like not put it on social media in the first place. Yeah, the reason why I'm like I'm just very carefree. I don't actually treat my art as if it's special, and because of that, first of all, I allow myself to make bad drawings. Like, bad drawings don't actually affect my enjoyment of art because I don't really care if I make bad drawings. I don't like value it that much. I value the enjoyment of making art itself. That's what I value. I value art itself, but whether the art is good or bad, I don't really care. So no matter what, I'm just gonna have fun. And also, I'm just making art for myself, really, so it doesn't really matter what other people say or think. So in that, like, I think I have a pretty good mindset when it comes to like doing YouTube or like posting on social media. You need bad drawings to make good drawings? Yeah, I think practically you do. Yeah, maybe. I think the most productive thing is being able to turn a quote-unquote bad drawing into like a good drawing. I think that's basically it. You know, I've realized that, and you know, everyone says that, so I basically knew this already, but like I've understood it, that like there aren't really any bad drawings, not objectively. It really just comes down to what the artist intends. It's like it's really up to the artist. But for like other people, like I've done drawings where I personally feel like, oh, I did pretty terrible, and other people are like, but like this is like pretty good. It's like a bad drawing for me isn't like a good drawing for other people. So in a sort of sense, there's not really a such thing as like a bad drawing. Maybe to yourself, yes, but for like, yeah, like really something that really exists, a thing that's called a bad drawing, I don't think so. What am I drawing? What have I made? What is this thing? This is quite the creature. Yeah, that's what I meant by bad drawings. You worded that really well. Oh, did I? I felt like I was stumbling, but thank you. Yeah. Which is why it's also important to like not base things on other people. I think critique is important, but you definitely need to filter out like what's important to you. Like yes, like a critique in general is valid, but figure out if that critique actually makes sense for you. Is this like do you want that critique to hold? Because like basically the artist is the one who like validates the critiques, right? Like, is this critique making sense? Do I actually want to take it, or do I just want to discard it because like it doesn't actually, like it doesn't have any value to me? I think when you like understand like that you have power over, like that you have power over yourself, and that other people on the internet especially don't have power over you, it becomes like the internet becomes a way more enjoyable place to be. It's Glorb. Is that that Adventure Time character thing? I can't really remember Adventure Time though. Oh, Glob. So what's Glorb? Not Glob's a god or the god of Adventure Time? So what's Glorb? What's a Glorb? Glorb is Glorb, that's it? That's not that deep? Fair enough. I noticed in one of your shorts that you like gel pens. I need your opinion on the Zebra Sarasa gel pen, if you tried them. No, so like, I've only just now gotten a gel pen. This is my first gel pen right over here. I actually don't necessarily like gel pens that much. I like this ballpoint pen more than I like the gel pen. I think there are certain like use cases for the gel pen that's like really good. For instance, I think the gel pen is better for making dark outlines or like finalizing line art. Whereas this pen is way better just for like what I normally do is sketching. You can see the difference in like the thickness of the line, the darkness of the line compared to this. But I feel like I have way more control over, you know, you can see how like the line, I can change like the opacity, the line weight in general. Whereas when it comes to a gel pen, you can't really do that. It doesn't, you know, it's like way more shaky and it breaks up a lot. I have less control. It's really all or nothing with this thing. So yeah, I don't really have though like any other gel pen. This is my first gel pen that I've had. I do like it, but not like as much as I like the ballpoint pen. I think probably the best way to use the gel pen in my case is to like have some sort of like hybrid like way of drawing where I use both the gel pen and the gel. I mean both the gel pen and the ballpoint pen. I hate gel pens for drawing low-key. I prefer fountain pens or dip pens. Fair enough. I've never had a fountain pen or a dip pen. Mainly because I feel like those might be expensive, and I'm kind of broke. I'm not gonna lie. Please, Speed. I need this. My mom's kind of homeless. Is the same energy of I'm kind of broke. But yeah, I write a lot. Fair enough. Yeah, I like the gel pen for writing, like for words and stuff like that, for sure, though. Not that I draw, or I guess not draw, not that I write many words. Yeah, dip pens are so expensive. Yeah, I felt like they would be, so I've never gotten one. Oh, sorry, a yap a yacht? If by yapping a lot you mean that you're using the chat for what the chat is meant for, then congratulations, you are doing exactly what you're supposed to do. Of course, I'm not saying that people who aren't chatting are like not doing what they're supposed to do, but I am saying that there's no such thing as talking too much in chat. Big crystals are the best. My brother uses them a lot. That's also a fountain pen, or I mean a fountain pen, or is that like a gel pen or something? Wow, I'm so useful. Subs. Oh shit. Okay. What am I doing here? I don't know. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Break that down. It's like if I wrap this around like that. Actually, hold on. What am I actually doing right here? Is this supposed to be like, it's supposed to be connecting to the shoulder? That's such a complicated thing. Such a the big pen, but a strange version. Interesting. W character development. Seriously, what am I doing? I like traditional manga making, like all the screen tones and stuff. Imported stuff is so expensive. Wow, I finally got my hands on some money, so I ordered the deleter dip pen. The deleter dip pen. Well, congratulations. Sounds nice, honestly. But you know, I found a way of coping, which is basically if I can't make a good drawing with like bad art supplies, then I don't deserve the good ones or something like that. Is basically what I told myself. So until I'm able to make a masterpiece with my $9 ballpoint pens, then I will not get any expensive things. Yeah, dude, I'm so happy about it. Always. Sounds cool. What do you guys think about Uma Musume? If I were to be funny, I'd say I'm tired of seeing it. It's been invading my For You page. But honestly, I haven't played it, so I don't really know much about it. It looks cool though. I can see the appeal, I suppose. But I've never played it. And I don't really plan to play it. I don't really play many gacha games. In fact, I don't really play any gacha games. Honestly, sometimes you do deserve to treat yourself a little. All my other art supplies are cheap as fuck. Fair enough. Yeah. Maybe one day I will. Also, I love Haru Urara. Guess why? Hint hint, Haru plus pink. Your name does say, I could see that. I like it because Anime Girl plus Steel Ball Run, just incredible. A JoJo's reference, is that it? That is a JoJo's reference. Again, haven't watched JoJo, so I probably won't catch the references. Even though, actually, I think I've been pretty okay with catching them so far, somehow. Alrighty. That sketch is done. Let me see if I can do another one. It's almost been 2 hours already. Also, I like Uma Musume, but honestly, I don't need another gacha game in my roster. Fair. I have Oguri Cap, but why? Hint, maid dress. Maid dress are cool. Maid outfits are cool. I like uniforms, maid outfits. I like suits and stuff. But I mainly like tactical gear and stuff like that. Like robots. Be friends with an alien or a person from the future? I'd be friends with an alien. What if the person from the future is half alien? Maybe. The no elaboration is killing me. I'm not too confident in people. And I'm not too confident in where everything is going. So, I'm not too confident in the future. I mean, sure, being friends, like, implies... I don't know. How good a friend will it be? An alien, though? Come on, that's the perfect gamble. It's a perfect gamble, and plus, if I'm friends, then surely it won't kill me. So, I think that it's more interesting, and there's a higher rate of something good happening. Yeah, we hate other people for real. You know, I've seen enough people. Let's see what other worlds has to offer. Once on stream, I found... Okay, once on Steam, I found in hentai tag, fish clicker. It's to click a goddamn fish. What is... A click... Okay, but why is it in... Moving on. 50% I can get superpowers with aliens, so I know what I'm taking. True. Look, I'm just saying the aliens might have better technology, although it depends on like what type of alien it is. It could be just if it's just a random alien that's like, if it's just a random alien, like just from a random planet that's like that has no technology and just like a goop monster. I don't know how like helpful that'll be if it's no hentai, just a fish. What if the person from the future knows the numbers for the next week lotto? True, but like, if you have an alien friend, do you even need money anymore? What if they have like technology that's like so beyond human comprehension that you don't even need money? You can just like go off into the, I guess, cosmos and enjoy life. Who needs money when you have an alien friend? Did I already say hi to you, Samus? Were you already here? Or Samus? Samus. Or like, yeah, have you been here before? Or did you just appear and like... Or have you been here and I already said hi? Because I don't know, I can't remember. Me greeting people has like been blending into each other. I can't remember if I greeted you from yesterday and that's what I'm remembering, if I greeted you today and that's what I'm remembering. What if the person from the future got nothing but bad news? Yeah, you know, that's true. What if a person from the future is just a skeleton? What if they're radioactive? I say, I go with the alien. To be fair, the alien could be radioactive too, but like, it's fine. It'd be like that. You greeted me the stream from 2 days ago? Well, close enough. Rats may carry diseases, but if you cook a rat, if you cook a disease, is it still a disease or is it dead? You know, bacteria dies in high temperatures. Surely it's the same. I mean, yeah, surely. You can just cook it. Just cook it well. Hello, Blazer Doom. I started drawing, but it wouldn't really be good as a character person. Face, hair, fingers, nor legs. Well, hope that goes well in the future. I'm crying skeleton. My internet is so slow. I'm losing so much context right now. Done that pose already, basically. Is Dungeon slow, or is Haru so fast that everything is perceived as slow? I'm wondering if my art is good, even though my style doesn't require face, hair, etc. Oh, that's what you're saying. You're. It doesn't really matter. So basically, is your style good to you? If your style is good to you, then that's really all that matters. If you're asking if your style is good to any like other people, that doesn't really matter because I mean, to be honest, I mean, it doesn't really matter what other people think about your art. You're doing art because you like to do art, so you should draw what you like to do. If you don't enjoy your style, then maybe you should change your style. But if you enjoy your style, then don't base it on other people. If you base your art on other people, you're just gonna be thrown all over the place by the whims of other people. Because in the end, other people are not reliable. The only person who's reliable to yourself, well, is you, so. Figure out if you actually like your style. If you do, then you don't really need to change it. Just get better at doing your style. That's probably the best advice I could give. Artists who try and serve the masses are, well, for the most part, in general, unhappy. Oh, that perspective girl is cool. Thank you. Talk about this one? Thank you. Or this one. Either way, thank you. Hello, Haru. Both of them, to be honest. Thank you. They're really good. Well, thank you. Honestly, I think I like this one more than this one. I don't know what about this drawing, but I think I could have done better on the perspective with that drawing. What am I doing with this guy? I should make him balding. But I won't. Went back in time to the beginning of the stream. Haru has surpassed. Haru has surpassed the speed of light. Such a goofy looking dude. I've made him a pretty boy, I guess. Kind of. You did it so slow that Haru went back to the past. Why could it be that it rains, stops raining, and then a few minutes later it starts raining again? The same repeats itself on and on? Yeah, that's just how it works. That's just how weather works. Also, if you don't like your style, study the artist you like and what makes you like their art. Words, wise words. No, that's pretty good, yeah. Figure out why you like your art. Figure out why your favorite artist is your favorite artist, what they're doing correctly, and then, try and implement that into your own art. Usually, even if you don't succeed all the way, you're gonna, have a better art style. You're gonna like your art a little bit better than you did before. In general, usually that's kind of how it works. Rain is wet? Sure. All my friends say I'm slow, but my mommy says I'm special. Nah, you're just too fast for them. You're so fast that you appear slow. That's not how that works, but sure. Actually, that's kind of how that works. In commercials when the car's wheels are moving, and like it's like going super fast, but it looks like it's going like in reverse. Maybe that's what's happening. They're just too slow to keep up with you. It's because some clouds is condensed and compact in some areas, and the cloud also moves unpredictable direction. True. The denser part of the clouds, you know, produce rain. The less dense parts of the clouds don't rain. The cloud is moving, so some parts of the cloud rains and some doesn't. Yeah, basically. So clouds move back and forth. It could be that. I think clouds basically move in the same direction, but you know, it's like if you imagine this is a cloud. Like let's say like this is like the dark spots are density, like dense parts of the clouds, and the white, well, the blank spots are not. You can like probably imagine like clouds are like formulated, you know, in like spots like this where some parts are dense, some parts are not. The dense parts actually produce rain, and the not dense parts don't produce rain. Because the reason why, you know, it rains in the first place, I'm quite sure, I'm not, you know, I'm pretty confident, is that the dense parts, like when the cloud is dense enough, the water, you know, becomes heavy enough to fall out of the sky. So the dense parts, you know, start to fall. So like if we look from like a side profile, like if this was the cloud, down here is let's say down there is the ground. These dense spots are gonna like produce rain. But like the spots that aren't dense, like in the middle, don't produce rain. And the cloud is moving. So if the cloud is moving, you can imagine that like if you're in this spot right now, like if this is you right there, the cloud is moving, so like it'll be raining for a little bit. You'll pass over this area. This area will pass over you. It won't be raining, and then this part will go over you again, and it'll start raining. Basically, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I'm supposed to know this, but I forgot what I learned in school. Oops. Perfect clouds. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. Dennis the scientist. It's like the vapor gathers in the lid of a pot and it'll rain. Yeah, basically. Dennis the science guy. It's Dennis and Blazer, the science guys, depending on if Blazer. Yeah, but like, yeah, Blazer's like basically right. Blazer is right. I just tried to provide a visual example for what Blazer was saying. Dennis the cloud drop. Yeah, let me see. Speaking of time travel, does Dennis plan to watch ReZero season 4? Yeah, I do plan to watch that. Yeah. After all, ReZero is my favorite anime. Dennis the science guy. Thank you, Dennis. No problem. Isn't ReZero the psychological horror anime? Yes, it is. It is. Yeah. ReZero is great. It is also, yeah, it is more of a psychological anime, kind of. It's a lot of things, but yeah, part of it is definitely like a big part of it is like psychology, or a psychological horror. Mine is Dr. Stone, best series on science. Fair enough. Yeah. I haven't actually seen, like, I haven't watched it, but I know it's, like, really science heavy. Yeah, and I heard it's, like, pretty good, too. You go doing anything to mention ReZero? Oops, the wrong account. I like Rem, she's so cute. I want to watch it later, to be honest. Hold on, give me 1 second. Yeah, she's a great character. Yeah, also I have a superpower according to everyone. Guys, I'm so cool and nonchalant. Do ya? By don't have brain thinking to Zenless Zone Zero. I mean, Zenless Zone Zero is... It definitely has zero in the name, so fair enough. I have multiple accounts too, to be honest. I like Lycan, I think that's his name. Is that the dog guy? No, I don't know who that is. What's better, multiple accounts or multiple identities? That's basically the same thing, but I mean, probably multiple accounts. Having multiple identities is too much to go. It's too much to handle. But to be honest, basically everyone has like multiple identities in a sort of way. After all, people change how they interact with other people, like with people, depending on like, you know, who the person is that they're interacting with. So in a sort of way, people are always like switching between different identities. Hugo is our secret FBI agent. Oh no. Yes, the dog guy. Oh. Wow. I'm surprised I even got that. Been 2 hours. Multiple personalities would be strange. Multiple personalities might be strange. I consider my younger self a separate identity/individual. That's a fair way to think about it. I'm not so different than my younger self though. I think the only thing that's changed is I have more information. More information, and I'm a lot more healthy mentally. But other than that, I think I'm basically the same person. I do art because I got inspired by Gilded Guy art style. Doesn't really need good hair, hands, nor good legs, so I replicate suffering. So I replicate. Suffering, and eventually got to this part after 3 years. I honestly, after 3 years, you're honestly quite shocked. Although someone taught me to use the S line of action when doing poses. Fair enough. Well, when I drink a bit too much, I got like an alternate identity. Fair enough. Any of those cringe things I did within a 5-year span, I consider that a different person. You know what? Whatever helps you get through life. You know, I haven't heard "Whatever Floats Your Boat" in a long time. We need to bring back "Whatever Floats Your Boat." That saying. I used to hear it a lot. I don't hear it anymore. Now it's "You Do You" or something like that. I wasn't real 10 minutes ago? Then how do you know if you're real now? Oh, milkaholic. No, that's not me. That's not me. That's not me. Who's Hugo? Who's that guy 5 minutes ago? Don't know. Do you remember many embarrassing things in the past that you made? Yes, I do. I'm real now because I'm here now. And if that's the case, then you 1 second ago isn't real. The only real is the real that's like the only you that's real is the you right now. So you're 10 minutes old, too young to be on YouTube. Ban him. Bro's 0 years old on YouTube. Where are we now? Where have we been? Who are we? Who knows? Do you ever look at past vent art and go, ugh, negative? Not really, no. Lucky, lucky now. I made a strat for me to optimize how I should draw nowadays, but I use circle method on drawing S line of action. Interesting. I guess, bro. Whatever keeps the agenda pushing. Hmm. Oh, it's a Corvette. Nice. I'm asleep. It's 2 a.m. Okay, well, good night. Have a good sleep. Have a good rest. I remember a lot of time ago when I was in middle school, I kissed the girl I liked, and she slapped me in front of everyone. Like, out of nowhere, you kissed her. Like, with no warning. I thought wrong. She didn't like me. But like, you kissed her out of nowhere. I mean, if that's the case, then I mean that kind of makes sense. I've never done anything that like that. I'm thinking about the guy who liked me in 4th grade and bullied me because he liked me and then got rejected by me because he literally bullied me. True, people do that. How is that possible? Bullying someone because you like it? In general, some people don't know how to express their like emotions, I guess. It seems. If I were to come at it from like an actual like therapist, well, not really, like I'm not a therapist, but from like a psychological standpoint, people who don't know how to express their emotions tends to try to express their emotions in ways that they do understand. Because for a person who doesn't like actually understand how to express love or anything like that, perhaps because they've never actually seen, like, for someone who doesn't have a role model or anyone who like has given them an example of how to express love or anything like that, a person like that is confused on how to like actually, well, go about their feelings and actually, show the other person. And so if the person only knows how to like act aggressively or something like that, then they're probably going to express their like affection in like the form of like bullying, which is like, I mean, obviously it's like not good for, like, it's not good for anyone, because first of all, you're not actually conveying anything. Like, that's obviously a bad method. But as to like why someone would do that, that's like the reason, because they actually just don't know how to do it any other way. If that's what I would guess. His background music reminds me of Genshin music. Compliment. Yeah, it's like a fantasy based track, I guess. Thank you. Don't finish that. Yeah, the guy had a tough guy kind of image. Yeah, a person like that, literally, like a person like that who has built their like worldview like around being tough, simply doesn't have the tools necessary to like be a, I guess, to like, yeah, to express their feelings in a healthy way. Well, hopefully he got better at doing that. Either a person learns from their mistakes or they double down. That's about it. I didn't know. I understand. Okay, I didn't know. I understand, but it is strange to me because people are harmed, yet they don't harm others. What do you mean by that exactly? How would you learn to express your emotions? Um, you learn to express your emotions by having other people. So like, a child learns how to like deal with things through like role models. Um, like parents. If your parents, like for instance, if your role model, if you look up to like your father, and your father's like a really like tough guy who like barely shows any like real emotions, that type of person, then you're not gonna learn how to like. Then you, as a child, you don't have like a guide to like express your emotions. If the people who you look up to don't do that, then you're not gonna be able to do that. You learn by like having someone teach you, or not even teach you, but you learn by having someone be an example. You learn by example. Human beings, especially children, are wired to learn from their environment. If your environment isn't teaching you how to like be a, I mean, like, yeah, express anything like in a healthy manner, you're just not gonna learn how to do that. That's basically how it is. If you grew up in a home where like your father, or like, I'm saying father, like, but like it could be anyone. If you're growing up in a home where your parents and like just aren't like like loving, when they're hostile, if your parents are hostile, then you're also gonna be hostile. In general, like there are cases, but like for the most part, like it's way more like you don't have an example of how to like be, I guess, how to say, yeah, how to like act in a healthy way. Children need role models, and sometimes children don't have good role models. In Italy, there are those stupid guys, the Maranza. I don't know why I said it like that. Who always do fights, and sometimes they kill each other. They got like 15 years. They bully casual person in giant groups. I hate them. Fair enough. You said people like that don't have a good role models, and that's why they act like that. But there are cases, if I'm not mistaken, where people have good role models or bad role models and behave the same way. There are many factors. Yes, fair enough. So like in the case where someone does have a good role model, but they still act that way, they're probably acting that way because it seems better. So like in general, people do things because, so most likely they're acting that way because they've built themselves into a corner where they literally can't, like, okay, if you like basically put yourself in the box where your character, like let's just call it a character, is that you're a tough guy and like you can't show weakness, if that's what you, like your value is, if that's what you actually judge yourself based off of, like the fact that you never show like weakness, you never show emotion like that, if that's who you are and that's what you like feel that you should be as a person, you're obviously not, like, if that's what your character is, you're not gonna like want to break that character, because that's like what gives that, like, that defines you. A person doesn't want to break down what type of person they don't want to like change as a person. For the most part, I'm saying. So like if they truly do have good role models, and they just don't choose to follow them, that's like for another. So like I think in the end it probably does also come down to like they probably also did. So like if it wasn't for like their family, there's probably some other factor happening, like whether it comes from like maybe like a TV show or something like that, or some sort of like media. Yeah, I think people are just heavily influenced. If they have literally no reason to be like, to like do the things that they're doing, if they're like truly like just like going off of pure instinct to be like, I guess, malicious or like bullying, yeah, I don't know, I guess that's like something going on with their brain chemistry. Like in the end, it like if it's none of like if it's not a role model thing, it's not like an environmental thing, then it's simply their brain chemistry, which like I guess cannot be helped. But yeah, Dennis, platonic kisses. Thank you. Hello, Shira, welcome to the stream. The Renata I'm talking about act like this just to look cool, and the worst part is that a lot of young people like him. I can't really understand. Well, I think people in general, I think people value the aesthetics of like gangsters or something like that. I don't know. I don't find value in that, but like some people very much do find value in like someone who's like a tough guy, someone who like does what he wants whenever he wants, but like, and like lives by his own rules, perhaps. Maybe that's what it is. Doesn't take any disrespect. I feel like people value that in a certain way. So I mean, it makes sense why like people look up to that. People want to like have their own way, so it's kind of like a power fantasy, kind of like, I think it's probably that people look up to like those types of people because of like some sort of power fantasy, if I were to guess. Just like braveness, yes. And I always reassured them, mainly because it was a playboy. Hold on, I read that. I grew up without much worldly affection or shows of affection. I used to be kind of mean to someone in the past that I liked, mainly because I was scared of vulnerability. I was never too overly mean. But yeah, I mean, yeah, so like that would be the type of thing where like showing weakness is like dangerous. That's like another reason. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of reasons for why someone would do that. It's not like it comes out of nowhere. If it did come out of nowhere, then that's like probably something up with their brain chemistry. There's just something wrong. Or that's, I guess, what I would say as a subjective person. I would just say like then something's wrong. But again, I'm not a psychologist. I don't know. Dennis romanticist? Hello, Zen. Have you just been here, lurking? People think that toughness is cool. They quite literally glorify it and aren't aware about the horrible aspects. I think toughness is good, actually. So, like, I think toughness is good. The difference is people think that toughness means not feeling any emotions. And if you bottle up all your emotions, obviously at some point they're gonna come out. You're gonna, like, be a troubled person if you never show any emotion. People think that that's what toughness is. But really, toughness is being able to, like, control your emotions, right? Being able to, like, have your emotions, but not act out violently, right? That's what it is to be tough. Being tough isn't, like, to not feel anything. It's not to be numb. But, like, the thing is, if someone pretends to be numb and pretends to be tough, like, the difference... You can't actually really see the difference between someone pretending to be tough and someone actually being tough. At least there's a lot of similarities. So it makes sense that people get it confused. People like confuse the two, but like one of them is way more healthy. the ability to actually like allow yourself to like logic or not maybe not logically but like healthily express your emotions and like, express your emotions in a healthy way, or like just like observe them, rather than a person who like masks their emotions by like through aggression and stuff like that. Basically, why? What do you mean? I don't know. I mean, I just grew up to be a people pleaser. Really? Maybe. I suppose. Thing is, I've been cheated on and taken advantage of for being too caring, being with two people who only liked me because they felt loved and cared for. Been with two people who only liked me because they felt loved and cared for. What? Now, maybe I'm misunderstanding, but I wouldn't. I don't think I'd be with someone if they didn't love me. I think that's what? No, yeah, I must be misunderstanding. But if no one wait, huh? I think in general, I think like from the most part, people want someone, they want a partner who like loves and cares for them. Like, is that, huh? And once they got bored of me, they either cheated or treated me like doo-doo. Well, okay, well, yeah. I mean, that's like a bad thing. But in general, I think people very much value. Okay, well, then they weren't with you because they felt loved and cared for. They're with you because like it was exciting. Then I think healthy people want like a healthy relationship in which they're like cared for and loved. And I think healthy people, if they're not like being cared for or loved in a relationship, that's called like a toxic relationship, and so they would want to leave. Basically. I didn't realize that they didn't love me. Well, yeah, that's not good. They're pouring water into the relationship. Other person is not. I think that's what they're saying. Yeah. So like in that, yeah, and that's what I was saying. I was probably like misunderstanding. Yeah, if you're very, yeah, that was like bad. In general, yeah, there probably needs to be some sort of like reciprocal thing happening there. That's the most healthy relationships, but I'm saying the obvious. No kiss, no kiss. Always in Italy. Now there's a lot of feminicides. Oh, like female, like people, like women dying basically. For example, a few time ago, a 13-year-old girl, 13, has been killed because her boyfriend Amaranza didn't like their broke. She was 13. Didn't like their broke. Didn't like that they were broke. How people like these kind of guys? I mean, they probably don't like that, right? But like it, like when someone thinks of like a gangster, they don't think of like, or for like a lot, for the people who idolize like I guess that type of like lifestyle, they don't actually think about that. That's like that. They don't think about the actual people. They think about the idea. People, like yeah, like people don't. People mainly fall in love with ideas. People fall in love with like concepts and aesthetics. They don't really care about, for the most part, the like general, like the actual details. Of course, I think for most people who like idolize that type of thing, they also would probably be like, yeah, you probably like you shouldn't like, yeah, like kill people just in general. Like that's a bad thing to do. But people don't think about that. They just think about the outside. Because the outside can be pretty appealing. Like how everything looks can be pretty appealing. But the actual technicalities that happen inside is where everything gets a little bit more muddy. It's hard for me to figure out when someone is taking advantage of me because I always let people treat me badly because it's normal for me. Nowadays, I have a better sense of worth, so I'm healthier now. Well, that's good. Good for you. it, are there shits? There are shits who get bored of you is a sexist and stupid person. They don't really deserve you. Is that now? Okay, like I agree that that's like a bad thing to like. Yeah, people who like get bored of other people and so they dump you. That's probably not like the best person. That's like a toxic person, I would say. Is it sexist? I mean, like, I don't think you would call it sexist if like if you were friends with someone and then like and then your friend gets like bored of you and then your friend ditches you. That's not like that person isn't like you-ist. Like they're not like an ist. They're just like toxic or shallow. You can call them shallow, but I wouldn't like go so far to say like they're sexist, as in like they hate whatever gender you are. Like is a woman who like gets bored of a man and so like she ditches him, is she sexist? I don't think so. I think she just is toxic. She's toxic or shallow maybe, but I wouldn't necessarily say. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. Like, I would need a better explanation of why that would be sexist. Yeah, but if you're an object, then hold on. Yes, but is like if you're an object, this is what I mean for sexist. I mean, okay. Sure, like if someone is valuing you because you're like an object to them, yeah, I would say that would be like considered sexist. But so is anyone who gets bored of someone like sexist? Like is like what I'm trying to figure out is what you're calling sexist just the fact like I don't know. I don't know. Like, is it the fact that they are in fact a woman or not? Right? If the purpose of like the ditching is you know what I'm saying? Maybe not. I think Sephiroth has a different understanding of the word. Maybe. Like I would say like it's bad for a different reason, but I wouldn't say it's sexist. I don't think if that's what I would say. It's like if someone thinks to own you, it's wrong. Yeah, but that's not sexist. Like that's not sexism though. Like a friend could think that they own you, but like that's not you wouldn't call that like right? So like I don't think it really changes that much based on like if you're in a relationship with them, like romantically or not. Like I guess it depends on what the person is thinking, but I think for the most part, in general, it's not sexist. Like yes, there are probably some people who are sexist who does that, but I think for the most part, they're just like toxic. Like yeah, I'm just saying that like they're bad, but for a different reason than like for sexism is probably what I'm saying. Like they're bad because they're a shallow person, not because like they hate women, essentially, or that they think like women are objects or something like that. Or in the opposite direction, they're not sexist. Like they don't hate men. They're just shallow people. Is probably what I would think, but I don't know. Dehumanizer, I think that's the word. Yeah, I mean, Yeah. I think that... nah. Never mind. Never mind, but yes. In any case, I guess we both agree that it's bad, though. Or at the very least, I wouldn't, like, want to be... I wouldn't want to have, like, any type of connection to someone like that. That's for sure. Yeah, but, like, okay. By the way, if you're a man, it's the same thing. Women can't get bored of you. Yeah, but... That's not... Okay, like, I don't think that would be sexism, per se. It's just... Like, yeah, like, people... Some people just... I don't really know what to say, but that's not... I mean... Like, if becoming bored with a certain, like with a person... Like, I don't think you can say that, like, if you're calling losing interest in someone sexism, I would disagree. But, so, like, I think when someone says, like, but when someone's getting bored, they're, like, losing interest. I think there's many different reasons why a person can lose interest in some. Like, there are a bunch of valid reasons and a bunch of, like, I guess, more invalid reasons. In the end, it really just comes down to, like, what the person values, right? So I think that people who are in a relationship should have, like, around the same set of values so they can, like, actually work together properly. I think in general, right? How to say this? Yeah, I think people who have the same values should, like, I don't know. I think, yeah, losing interest or, like, becoming bored can happen for, like, a lot of different reasons. For instance, I don't think you would call it dehumanizing if like, you were interested in someone, you're dating them, and they, like, start showing you less and less love. You probably wouldn't call that, like, by feeling them pull away, you become less invested in them, right? Which you can also word as, like, becoming bored. But, like, in the end, the thing that you wanted from them is being removed, and, like, you lose interest. So if losing interest in and of itself is, like, the problem, then I don't know. I think the reason that people lose interest is because something that they valued is, like, not being met in general. And, like, there are like, shallow reasons and, like, deeper reasons. So, like, I'm just saying, calling, like, using the blanket term and just, like, calling, like, becoming bored, but if you're just using the blanket term and saying that that's, like, sexist or something like that, and obviously, I guess, yeah, I'll just, like, that's exactly what I was, like, talking about. I don't think, like, it's not sexist. I don't think it's dehumanizing. I think that people just I think it's innate in everyone. Everyone, like, has a set of values. If they're not being met, then, like, they're gonna pull away. They're gonna, like, become quote unquote bored. I don't think that's, like, dehumanizing. I think that's just, like, what people do. Just some people have more shallow, like, values, and some people have deeper values, is probably a better way to say it. Yes, dehumanizer or objectifier is the right word. Sexist means you discriminate / devalue you based off of the gender. Yes. But, okay. And maybe this is a problem with, like, my worldview. I think when it comes to, like, I think in general, the reason we hang around people is ultimately because they make us feel good. Or at least because being around them satisfies some sort of desire. For instance, if you see someone who's lonely, but you know what I'm saying? I think in the end, at the very, like, base of, like, what we're doing as people, whenever we interact with another person, it's because, like, we want to. So in the, like, I'm trying to, like, basically say that, like, everyone uses other people. It's just some uses are beneficial for both parties and some aren't. And like, I don't know. Like, if you can find a way, if you can find a, like, I would like a way in which, what way that you're like with a person that you don't like treat them a certain way because you want something. And I think in general, like the definition of like objectifying is like you turn them into like a source of like value for yourself, basically. But like I think everyone does that. It's just some is more healthy and some are like more harmful. I have a girlfriend, but I still don't think of relationships. What are we talking about? Objectifying, I guess. You can't be bored temporarily. Oh, also, can't you be bored temporarily? Like if you see someone every day all the time, when you need time apart. Yeah, that's true. Well, maybe. I think for some people, like there are some people who I can see every single day and still not like need time apart. Maybe that's true. It depends who it is, but I can imagine like a, I guess, quote unquote ideal of like, I guess like, yeah, like a person, I guess. Even though I don't try to think about people like that, but like a person like that, or well, I haven't like actually described what that is, but like there is a type of person that I definitely could just be around like forever without like getting bored. Now, do you think you could help a couple with their problems? Maybe. I think everyone has the ability probably to help and someone with their problems, right? So there's probably some couple out there that I probably could help with their problems. In general, though, like I'm not a couples therapist. Not even a normal therapist. I'm not even a psychiatrist. I'm just a person who like thinks a lot. Honestly, at the end of the day, everyone is a human, and humans are flawed and shitty, and some are flawed and okay. Everyone's flawed. Yeah, I also think that everyone objectifies like everyone, as long as you're interacting with them. Because, like, whether you like it or not, you're kind of like when you interact with a person, you like maybe using as a negative word, but you are interacting with them because you have some sort of value that you're getting. Like whether it be emotional value, you feel good for them, or maybe you want to help them, right? So like you helping them is making you feel good, like about help, about that. There's a lot of things that you do for other people, but ultimately it all like requires you to like in a selfish way to care. And I maybe that's not objectification, but maybe it's not, but I feel like it's like in a similar vein. So I wouldn't even call that like a flaw. I would say that that's basically what humans are supposed to do. Like it's like baked into like humanity. Okay, goodbye, Sephiroth. I'm gonna eat and enjoy. Okay, well, guess have a good day. Have a good day. Of course, though, like depending on like what you think the world is, I think you can definitely like define things as flaws, though. Like that's all I'm saying. I'm saying like for for myself personally, I wouldn't define any like shallowness of a human being to be like a flaw, because I think that's just how they are. Like I think that's just how people are. Like it would kind of be like it's like it'd kind of be like if you have a whale, like having a whale and saying that like the flaw of a whale is like the fact that it has to come up for like air, or like the flaw of a fish is like the fact that it has to stay inside of water. Like yes, you can frame it in that type of way, but in the end, they're kind of just doing what they're supposed to do. I see what you're getting at. You're mentioning symbiotic relationships. Symbiotic and parasitic are close yet different. It feels like there's a delicate balance between. Yeah, so like no matter what, people are using each other for something. It's just, yeah, but like exactly what you said, some are symbiotic in which both people are getting something good out of it. And like, I think like when I explain like that, it's like I'm missing something, right? Because I think I'm explaining it in a way like people are doing this on purpose, like with an intent. I'm not saying that people are like literally running around in their mind thinking, I'm gonna get something out of this person, and I don't want to like hang out with this person because I'm not gonna get anything. I'm not saying that that's what people are thinking, but I'm seeing like from a mechanical like standpoint, that is what they're doing. So when it comes to like a morality like standpoint, I think people are like yeah, I think like people don't think like that. People are like in general from like I guess they're what you'd call like moral people who like do things out of the good of their heart, like quote unquote, even though in the end it's selfish. But yeah, mechanical I'm messing up my words. Yeah, mechanically though, like people do use other people is basically what I'm saying. We use we use each other for socialization as example. Exactly. We're all subconsciously symbiotic. Yeah. At the very least, we're all subconsciously selfish. But like selfish doesn't need to be a bad thing. Selfish is only bad when it like harms another person. I lived with my best friend for 5 years and we spent a lot of time like doing our own stuff. But just because we didn't want to interact at that point didn't mean we never want to interact again. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think if like for a lot of people, especially if they're not like maybe like I don't know. Yeah, it's like it could become smothering if you're like always forced to be around someone. Do you think there's really good or bad? No. No, like so like that's why I struggle a lot with yeah, questions of like morality. I definitely do struggle like to talk with someone who does have like a firm grasp on morality, like of their own personal subjective morality. When it comes to me, no, I don't like. There's things that make me feel good. There are things that make me feel bad. There are things that other people do to other people that like that I would say, yeah, that's like a bad thing or a good thing. But in the end, I'm really just like expressing something that's like, I don't think you should do this because this is making me feel bad. But at the ground level, for like good or bad, I think that the most valid like opinions on good or bad needs like some logical standpoint. But like, I don't think like that's all there is. There's like also an emotional standpoint too. That's very important. But I'm lacking in the emotional aspect for the like, or like at least when it comes to my worldview, I heavily base everything on logic, and I stray away from like emotions. So I find it very hard to call something good or bad. Off topic, but I love cats so much. I love cats. Yeah, cats are great. I wanted a cat as a pet. Like if I were to get a pet, I would get a cat. I just think they're chill. I think they're chill guys. I'm fostering rescue cats right now, and they're the sweetest beings ever. Yeah, I just like I like when they purr. I like I just think they're cool. I think they're chill too. Like me personally, I'm not really a high energy type of person. Not all the time. I think I'm more chill. So I think a cat is basically like my spirit animal. Maybe not exactly, but basically. I think everyone uses people for like their social meter. It becomes bad when you only care about your own social meter and not about the other social meters. It's a give and take. True. Dennis, would you draw cats? I have drawn cats. And I'm getting paid to foster. Oh, nice. It's a dream job. It does sound like that. Yeah, okay, so like it only becomes bad when it's so I think for like a societal like level, I think it's definitely bad when like one person is like benefiting more than the other person. I draw cats. Nice. What was I gonna say? But I don't know. The thing about it is another reason why I struggle with good or bad is because I don't think people choose their preferences, right? I think that's also another thing that's like gets me hung up on things. So like I find it very hard for me to be angry at a person who's toxic. And the reason is because everyone is doing what they like everyone is doing what they desire without choosing what they actually desire. Like a person doesn't get to choose their fundamental desires is what I basically think. I think a person can like choose to like basically their preferences, their desires, they don't get to choose that. So I find it very hard for like a person who's like doing bad things. While yes, I would say that people still like, it's not like people are above repercussions or like consequences. I don't think people are above consequences because I think that, well, yeah, I don't know if I'm explaining it properly, but yeah. That's tapping on the desk anytime it's time to think. I'll be alright. So good. Thank you, and thank you, Maria. Welcome to the stream. How's your day going? Yeah, so framed about the good of like society, I guess, or like the culture, I think yes, people should like it should be a give and take. It should be like equal, reciprocal. But from a moral standpoint, I find it very difficult to actually say a person is like a like truly flawed being because they didn't actually really choose what their wants are, if that makes sense. Because yeah, I just feel like everyone at the end of the day is just doing what they're satisfying their own desires. Some people find value, or like some people's desires include that of other people, and some people's desires don't. But in the end, like, it's the same motor that's driving them, and they didn't actually get to choose. Like, no one gets to really choose why something makes them feel a certain way, if that makes sense. So I just find it's really difficult, because I can also sympathize with, like, I obviously sympathize with the people who are like being taken advantage of, but I find no I find no like strong foothold to like condemn any other person, if that makes sense. But you can learn to work with those toxic traits. Like, isn't that what CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, is all about? Yes. So like there are people who find it beneficial to like work with their toxic traits, right? So like there are psychopaths who you'll never know are psychopaths because they do like the quote unquote right thing, but the reason why the psychopath does that in the first place is because they have a desire, like, because they find value in it. So like, I guess, but like for a person who doesn't find value in that, I can't actually say that they're wrong is the problem. The problem that I would have with that is like, you have to explain to that person why they should value other people. Or like why they should pretend, at the very least, pretend to value other people. I was listening to some music. Yeah, yes, people can learn to work with those toxic traits, but you have to explain to them why they should, right? Because I think a lot of psychopaths, sociopaths, they do but blend into society because they find value. But for a psychopath or a sociopath that doesn't find value in like doing the right thing, if they don't value themselves even, so like if they just want to like, I just call it like rampage, and that's what they value, then you can't really say anything about it. There's no like law, because like between different worldviews are different sets of logic, and the different sets of logic can never interact. So sometimes you run into a person where no matter how much you explain to them like why something is good or bad for you, it just doesn't like apply to them, because they have like, you have a set of logic and they have a set of logic. And I just never, it's very difficult, because like I understand. Basically, I think the problem is I just understand that people like it's so difficult. It's so difficult. If I'm going for like what's like better for like, yeah, like in general, like the majority of people, I think people should definitely like, yeah, work together. And that's what I believe subjectively for myself. But I just, yeah, I find it very difficult to judge a person who like just doesn't have the same logic as me. Because it's not like they don't feel like they're doing anything wrong is the problem. I don't feel like, yeah, I don't know. Dennis, you value society? I don't actually. No, not really. I value, like, in the end, I'm also a selfish person. So maybe, yes, I value society kind of, but I just value my values. I value what I value. And I value other people because I personally find that other people being happy makes me happier, right? But in the end, it loops back to me. Other people being happy makes me happy. In general. But yeah, it's like a selfish thing back, like if we turn back around. I have a desire to help people as much as I can. I'm more of a giver than a taker, and when the taker part of me acts up, I feel awfully selfish. Yeah, I can understand that, but I don't think like, yeah, it'll be very difficult to like for you to maybe like get over that. But I think in the end, if you can maybe accept that no matter what you do, like, even when you're helping someone else, that is also selfish. Like, you are doing something because it makes you feel happy. If you can like understand that, then if you understand that all your actions are selfish, like sometimes, okay, like here, look over here. I have like this thing written down. To be a burden is to be human. Like to be a human is to consume. People need to like take. That's like it. If you give and give and give and you give and you never take anything from anyone or anything, you're gonna die. Like, you're gonna starve. Like, you're gonna die, at least emotionally and like psychologically. You have to take. There's like no way in which you don't. There's no world in which you don't take and like still be healthy. I find it really hard to accept help. I think me too. I very much I don't like to accept help that much. I think recently, I've been thinking a lot more, and I've been trying to get better at accepting help and stuff, and like asking for help maybe. But yeah, I try not to. I did die emotionally. Yeah, well, that's what happens if you punish yourself for like being selfish, because in the end, being selfish is like part of you. So if like you feel bad for being selfish, then you just feel bad for being you, which is like not the most healthy thing. You know who's truly selfish? Politicians. I think politicians, like whether it's a politician or if you're giving to a charity, like whether you're a person who like is donating to charity, if you're doing volunteer work, that same person is still as selfish as another person who's like taking all for themselves, becoming a millionaire, ruining the planet, but like securing their own benefits. Those two people are both equally as selfish. It's just one person's selfish desire is to help humanity, and one person's selfish desire, like, okay, to frame it in this way, one person feels good about helping humanity, and one person feels good about helping themselves. In the end, the person is only doing what they're doing because it makes them feel good. Oh, my pen is gone. Honestly, this is something I think a lot about. I have a lot of friends that I had crushes on, and I'm always wondering if my friendship with them was only self-fulfilling. Well, it's always, everything you do is self-fulfilling. You like, okay, think about it. Have you ever done anything that you didn't like? And what I mean by desire is, everything that you do comes back to benefit you. Like, whether it be emotionally or physically, right? So you go to a job that you say you don't want to do, but like you still do want to do it because you want money, right? So in the end, everything you do loops back around to yours. Like it's a self-feeding cycle. So whether you're like helping someone makes you feel good, hurting someone makes you feel good, hanging out with friends, going like bowling, helping someone move like to like a new house or something like that, you're doing that because it pleases you. Like in the end, you do things because like the end result will please you, is basically what it is. I was also confused with being selfish. Society calls it bad. So here's what people do call bad. So like what in general, and like I'm being pedantic to be fair. When someone says selfish, they're not saying, they're not actually describing like selfish, like the concept itself. They're describing the part of selfishness. So when someone says selfish, they're really describing someone who is selfish and and their selfishness doesn't include other people. Whether like it's a selfishness that does include other people. But in the end, they're both selfish insofar as the fact like that it serves you, like it makes you feel good. I think the selfish part of you helps cut off bad people. I think the selfish part of you does everything. So like, let me see. I heard all actions are either things you want to do or are forced to do. I don't think there's anything. Okay. And like, I want to hear your opinion on, like, I mean, I think Pixel, I think you gave your opinion on this already, but you can say it again. But I don't think there's anything that you can like I don't think there's anything you're forced to do truly. Like in the end, say someone is like, give me your money or else like I'll kill you. If someone says that, you still do have a choice. Like you can choose to die or you can choose to live. You can say that you're technically forced but you're only forced because you're valuing life. It's not really forced. You just value your life. You're picking your life. But you weren't forced to pick your life. You just value that. It's like your preference. And if you're saying that your preference isn't like well, I mean, that's more like a free will thing, but yeah, whatever. Okay, draw one of them holding a gun. I don't know. I mean, I drew a soldier girl over here with a gun. Right there. It's an argument of slave morality and master morality. That's sorry, my nose is like yeah, so like yeah, that's like Nietzsche, right? What's his full name? That's a philosopher. I know him. Yeah, essentially. I think you're forced into situations, not actions. I think that's a fair distinction. I think like in the end, everything, like the environment that you're in You don't choose the environment that you're in, not really, right? You're born into you're like the environment, everything that happens in your life was kind of like you didn't choose that. You're born in like a specific area. That specific area is gonna mold you. Like the environment molds you. You react to the environment. And every situation from that point on is kind of, yes, you make choices, but like in the end, it was because you were born in that environment in the first place. So yeah. Choosing to die goes against human instinct. It's not really something you can just will yourself into choosing. Okay, so like if what you're saying is if you're saying like you can't choose, if you're saying that you can't choose something that's not your preference, like you can't choose against your preference, I think you're right. I think you're 100% right. But if that's the case, then I think you can make the case that you can't choose to do anything then. Because in the end, if you only choose your preference, then there was never a choice there. You kind of just, you were forced into it. So like, yeah, if you're denying that people can never go against like their instinct and like their preference is like basically their instinct, then people never ever choose basically. Dennis, have you seen an artist that draws girls holding guns? Probably, yeah. I don't agree with capitalism, but I'm forced to partake in it. If only I could frolic in the fields, but I need money for that. Would you need money to frolic in the fields? I've seen an artist who draws like women, like holding guns. Yeah. Let me think. Let me try and think about what is capitalism. Capitalism is the fact that people. Is capitalism like the market gets to decide what the value is? Is that what capitalism is? He's on X. I love how he uses perspective. Oh, I haven't seen him. But yeah, I've seen a lot of great artists with like really cool perspectives and stuff. I need money because of transportation. Oh, true. I guess if you don't live next to a field, you could, if you wanted to sacrifice other things, you could walk really far. I mean, that's not like, that's not practical, but like you can. But yeah, you definitely live in like if you're in America, that's capitalism. I think like that's like, yeah, it's, I think some places are more capitalistic than other places, but yeah, what exactly is capitalism? Like exactly, like what's the definition on it? To live next to a field, and you need money because, you know. Okay. So what it seems like is you want the government. I don't know, because okay, here's the thing. I think in general, when it comes for people like, it's like capitalism is kind of something born from like human nature in general. I think every single like different like type of, I guess, economic system, if that's what it is born from like a certain aspect of human like desire, like, yeah, human nature. So I think capitalism is the fact that people make up value for like anything. Like, but like I think that's just like part of, like, people value things, right? And I think capitalism is like turning the fact that people value things into like an actual symbol. Well, maybe that's just money in general, but like money is just the actual symbol of value that people place on things. So if you disagree with, it's like, what would be your solution then? I don't exactly know. Communism in concept is amazing, but with how we are, yeah, it's better if it stays a concept. Communism is basically no one owns anything. Everyone owns, like everything is for everyone basically. I haven't actually read up on any of this, by the way. Like, not truly. Yeah. Is it like, So is communism like everyone gets like equal things like forever? Like I mean, not equal things forever, but like equal things. Do you? Oh, but like I don't. I do. You, like everyone deserves. Everyone like what is that exactly? Yeah. So like. But so in the case that everyone has. Maybe it's like, what is communism exactly? I don't. To be fair, I don't think there is a solution. Is there any other way to realistically live other than capitalism and communism? Well, first of all, let me look up communism. I need to see what that is, actually. I'd cap success. Like once someone makes $1 million, not everyone would make that. After that, their wealth goes into growing the community. That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that's what taxes are. Well, okay, not exactly, but that's what taxes are supposed to be. Or like something like that, right? It's just that, like, okay, like if people weren't the ones making the rules, perhaps it would work. But like that's like people do make the rules, and people make the rules to like favor themselves. Yeah, there you go. What's this? A classless society means that productions are owned collectively and private property is abolished. Okay, yeah. And so private property is abolished. Means that productions are owned collectively. The goal is to distribute resources based on need, with the government initially controlling everything before eventually withering away. Example, yeah, okay, so yeah, that'll never work. I just don't think it'll never work if you have like humans. Yeah, so I guess probably, yeah, it'd be something similar to what like Pixel is saying, where like you'd have to like it'd be some form of capitalism, but like you then stop people from. That's never gonna work unless like if it were the case that there was some like thing that wasn't human that was governing humans, and like basically if there was real rules to the world, then it would work. But I mean, people are people. It's people. Me personally, if I had a supreme rule over the world, if I had supreme over the world, I would supreme rule over the world. I'd make it a better place. Trust me. You go supreme leader. Because the word Anyways, I think that communism or meritocracy are the best economic ideas. Meritocracy, especially. Merit value. Unfair. Because the word unfair and a lack of motivation will be tossed around a lot in communism. Okay. So, so the problem with meritocracy is, like, I mean, like, isn't meritocracy, so like, say for instance, if someone's disabled, does that mean that disabled people, like, deserve less than, so like, a person who like, is physically unable to, like, actually do something, like, if someone is physically like less able than another person, they won't be able to like readily provide the value that like allows them to like, you know, flourish, if that makes sense. So would the meritocracy work? Like, does that work for like in the world if you view everyone as like equal, which is, to be fair, I think that's like logically not like, to view everyone as equal is probably not the most logical thing, but it feels good to say at the very least. If you do think that everyone is like equal, like objectively, then meritocracy Oh no, wait. But wait, hold on. Not this. Hold on. That's not what meritocracy is. Why meritocracy? No, yes, that. What is this? System where yeah, okay. Yeah, well, same thing, yeah. No, but if a normal person who doesn't work, he doesn't get the same amount of pay of someone who works a lot. Okay, so then would it be would it be based on like your ability to? I always like the idea of a technocracy, a country that should focus on science and education. I mean, yeah, I think that makes sense, but let me see. Yeah, so that's going to come down to the problem. So like a problem is, what do you define as working hard? So for instance, if you have a person, so are you actually, so is the meritocracy based on how hard you work or the actual results that you give? Right? I treat everyone like I want to be treated, like a princess, bats in my eyelashes. Like, yeah. Both? So, but why are you valuing? Okay. So both a person who works really, really hard, like as hard as possible, but they just can't do something. That person would be the same, like that person would have some more value, or not more value. Okay. How to say this? So no, but that's not what you're saying. You're saying that the person is based on the results and based on how much hard work they did. So if they did something that has really good results, even if they didn't work hard. No. Okay. So basically, does that make sense? A person who works really hard. I might gotta sleep because it's almost 1 a.m. and it's dark and scary. Okay, good night. So a person who gets good results will be worth more than a person who doesn't get good results. A person who gets good results and worked hard. Okay, here's the real question. If two people get the same result, but one person worked hard and one person didn't work hard, but they somehow got the same result. So one person worked smarter, the other person worked harder. Which person is valued more? More dangerous / stressful job, more money. But that's how it works. I think that's basically how it... it's probably not how it works. I think when it comes to CEOs, yes, those people, I don't think they exactly work hard. So I would say that they probably don't deserve the money as much as someone who's really working hard. But when it comes to from the working person's actual, does that make sense? No, maybe not, because maybe construction workers are getting paid less than people, but than office workers maybe. Is that true? But I know plumbing and stuff. I know plumbing pays really good compared to a desk job, I think. Oh, you might gotta go. Oh, might gotta sleep. Athletes versus doctors. I love your art. Thank you. Hello, Dennis. Dennis's art. Oh no, it really is Dennis's art. Hello, Dennis's art. You love my art. Thank you. Yeah, but the problem is, it's okay. So, in a meritocracy, the athletes are worth less than doctors. Soccer players get way too much and doctors don't get enough. Right. Yeah, that makes sense. So the person who benefits society more will get paid more. What about a person who's good at okay. I feel like either way, I feel like no matter what we do, humanity goes to it, like, I think humanity just converges to like some sort of power imbalance. I think that's just what it does. I don't think there's a world where everyone can be equal. I'm like, so it would be like a meritocracy plus like some form of like baseline like necessity that's given to like people who even people who don't achieve good results, they still get like a baseline amount of like necessities, basically. Russian roulette would get crazy. I'm told I'm drawing too. Well, good luck. I like to comment on issues in the country I'm in, but they literally deport you if they find out you talk shit. GG, Dennis. Oh, Dennis. What do you like to draw? True. What do you like to draw, Dennis? There will always be an imbalance, but that's where taxes come in to bridge the gap. I don't think humanity will actually ever. I don't think they're gonna fix this. It's like I think people will always find a sort of loophole. I don't know if there is a world where everyone truly can, because like yes, like we have taxes, right? We already have taxes. It's just that people have figured out ways to not do that. Like, is there a system made by humans that won't cause an imbalance? Because like people will find a way to break the system. Like, how many times do people make games where they think that the game is like perfect? There's no way to like game the system, but people always find new exploits. Like, there's always gonna be some sort of meta, right? There's always a meta. And I think the thing is, it's like people find the meta and then they exploit it, and then they keep doing that. It'd be like trying to create a game where there is absolutely no meta except for like just being good. I think in general, basically, if you're talking about like a society that like really values like technology and improving and stuff, I think for the most part, we're like, at least for like, I think for most people, like we do want to get better technology. I think we're like definitely striving for that. But it's just like, how to say? Like that's not all we're doing. We're also trying to like everyone's trying to secure their own like values and preferences. I don't know. Tetris meta. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's a basically impossible like question. Is there a system that makes like, is there a situation? Yeah, I don't think it's just a thing that makes everyone happy. And you may say that not everyone deserves to be happy, which is like fair depending on like your worldview. But like, I think it's a very difficult, tricky thing. Technocracy is where the people who specialize in a problem are the ones that fix it. But is that not what? Where people who specialize in a problem are the ones. But people who fix problems are like people who fix the problems, like really fix the problems, are the people who specialize in the problems. I would feel. I feel like that's already the case, right? Like you can say that like people who aren't specialists in the problem shouldn't be the ones to fix it, right? Like to attempt, they shouldn't even try, which is maybe true, but I think it becomes very difficult to understand like how to do that. Do you watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? I do not know. Kind of off topic, but I used to be good at drawing hands, but then I forgot how to draw hands because of stress. Huh? Well, fair enough. Yeah, it's such a complicated problem. There's so many edge cases. There's too many. Not really. No one in the government really knows how to take care of a nation. Is there one person that really knows how to take care of a nation? And even if there was someone who knows how to take care of a nation, can they stay in power for long enough to like do that? Like, I think what you're saying is correct. I think people who are good at a job should be the ones to do it. But it's so infeasible for that to happen. It's like yeah, I think that'd be like, that'd solve our problems. It's just, it's so, like, for instance, like, a person can't stay alive forever. So, like, even if there was a case where people, like, where a person was in the right spot at the right time and they were doing the right stuff, eventually that person is gonna, like, die. And then you kind of gamble on the next person. Is the next person really gonna have the same values as the previous person? Who knows? Hopefully, right? But maybe not. They'd be brought in to do that, and when the problem becomes infrastructure, the people who know about that would come in. So, but like, who's bringing them in then? That's the thing. So then, basically, you need someone. So then you need someone who's like specialized in picking specialized people. Like, you need a specialist in picking specialists. Is a problem, right? And the thing is, eventually that specialist will like the person who's good at picking people. Will they have this? Well, like when their time is up, the next person who's picking specialists, they're not gonna like. Are they gonna have the same values? Are they gonna pick people? Or are they gonna pick people who benefit them? Like, is the person who's picking is like the system that's picking something to benefit them or to benefit society? And maybe you get lucky and you actually do get a person that does that. But how many times in a row are you gonna get lucky for like a person to like do that? How many like good people are you gonna get? How many specialists or like the right type of specialists are you gonna get? It just like, yes, I think the system makes sense in theory, but in practice, especially when in relation to people, it's just difficult. It's still better where we have no specialists being it's still better where we have no specialists being bribed. I would say that we probably do have specialists being bribed. Like, I'm sure there is some cases in which there are people who like are suited to do the job, but they're being paid to not, or they're being paid to like not do their job like to benefit everyone, but do their job to benefit like a specific type of person. I think we're already in a world where like specialists are being bribed. Like, I think specialists exist. I just don't think they're either. It's like, I think some specialists like aren't in the place that they should be. They're not like in the places that allow them to do what they need. And some specialists are in the spot that they need to be, but they're like being paid to not. Like, they have an incentive. So what you want a world in which you want a person who's completely morally sound, a person who's completely virtuous to do the job. Like, and you want like a person, you want like you want someone to pick a person who's perfectly virtuous. Have that person who's picking the person who's perfectly virtuous also have the like good morals to like pick the person, and like pick the person who's like good for like everyone instead of just them. And then we need a system that continually gets good people forever. And it's just never. I don't think it's gonna work. That's episode 8 of Awari Monogatari, and it got me hooked all over again. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I don't even remember. I just know Awari Monogatari is just really good. I can't remember exactly each like episode, but yeah. I see where you're coming from, Pixel, and I do agree with a lot of stuff, but it's just that, yeah, I don't think it's like feasible. Like, I agree, but I don't think it's like realistic. Because people die, people change, people are too unpredictable. People are way too unpredictable, and like people are, even the good people, like the quote unquote good people for the goal that you want, they're gonna run out. Like, people have a time limit. People have an expiration date, and you're not guaranteed. You're not even close to guaranteed to get like the same type of person. It's like it's an unwinnable situation, I feel. When Araragi and Kambaru were at that building. Oh, okay. Yes, you're talking about the samurai armor one, like that part of Monogatari. Is it the Shinobu male arc? Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, that was a good arc. It was a good arc. I did like it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Oh yeah, someone said that we're getting back to like the normal like length of like streams and stuff, and yeah, that's true. Although I feel like we've been like hovering around like the 4 hour mark, like pretty commonly. I think the 4 hour mark is like, yeah, like 3 to 4 hours. Yeah, that was you. Okay, well then yeah, we are getting back to like the 3 to 4 hour mark. Although I think we've been like at that for like a pretty good while. Yes, like some streams have been like a little bit shorter, but generally around like 3 hours. Generally. I have a video to do today. Sodachi Loki dried me for Monogatari. because it was so emotionally taxing or something like that, or something else. Yeah, I love the Sodachi arc. It was a really good arc. I used to know someone named Owari, and they were a displeasure to be around. I got some flashbacks. Yikes. Unfortunate. Owari Monogatari. I'm pretty sure Owari means end. End story. Or the story of the end, maybe. No, I think I just wasn't feeling it. Out of all the arcs, I think I prefer Hana Monogatari than Sodachi. What? That's slander, but it's cool. I'll let it slide. Preferring Hana Monogatari over Sodachi's arc is a little bit crazy, but you know, it's cool. It's okay. It's fine. The thing is, Owari was really good at art, and everyone in the server worshipped them. You know how toxic servers have a certain people who form a clique. It was that type of situation. Well, that's true. I think that's like true for basically every yeah sure. I guess you just have to hope that person is like a good person. Well, you know, a good person in relation to like what you believe a good person is. You see, the problem with me is it's like that type of thing. Every time I use good or bad, the reason I struggle to handle good or bad, I always have to like specify in relation to whatever you think good or bad is. Because I really do struggle with like the objectivity of good or bad. That person was not good. Yeah. I got cyberbullied that day. That's unfortunate. I felt like it was in the Mean Girls movie. Maybe I just gotta let the arc simmer, but I don't care. As of now, my opinion stands. I mean, yeah, fair enough. Some people just don't like certain things. That's fine. You don't even need a real reason. You can just be like, I just didn't like it. It'd be like that sometimes. Me personally, I did not like Hana Monogatari, like at all. Like Hana Monogatari is the least. I think that was like my least favorite arc. Like it wasn't even that bad. Like that's the thing. Like I don't think there's any like bad parts of Monogatari, but it's just like it was the least compelling because I kind of just it was such a side. It just took such a detour. It's like I don't even know what's happening, or like I knew what was happening, but like I don't know why we're here. Whereas with Sodachi's arc, I understood what like I think it served. I think it served its purpose. Like it was good. I liked it. Now which one? I think I liked. Yeah, I definitely liked the second Sodachi arc, like the one that came right after the first Owari episode. But yeah, OR was just, I mean, yeah, Sodachi's arc. I really liked it, actually. Like, for instance, I like Sodachi's arc more than I like Nadeko's arc. I think it might have been the atmosphere of Sodachi's arc, or maybe the character, I don't know. But I felt like I was pushing myself to keep watching. It just be like that sometimes. You know what? I think I'm done for today. I think I'm done streaming today. I have to make a video, and I also have to eat. I need to eat about, what is it? Lunch, right? Haven't eaten lunch, so I'm gonna eat lunch. Thank you guys for coming to the stream. Hi, oh yeah, that was a good stream. It was a good stream. Yeah, thank you for coming, Hugo, Dennis, Sephiroth. Let me see. Rough Dog was here. Schloth was here. Haru is here, or was here at the very least. Sephiroth, I said that already. Yes, a Pixel is here. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for coming to this stream. Rapdog. Did I say Rapdog already? Samus was here. Hey, it's Samus. Hi. Goodbye. Yes, thank you guys. Yes, you just joined the Discord? Oh, okay, nice. Yes, Discord is in the description if you guys want to go to the Discord, and that's about it. Oh. Alrighty. Yeah, thank you guys for coming, and goodbye.